So students, you can message what you want to learn. Topics you can say here. Convergent, divergent, okay. Conversion. Evolution is big chapter. Evolution, graphs, cladogram, okay. So homology, analogy, we are going to discuss. Okay, graphs, 1 point. Hardy-Weinberg, Hardy-Weinberg, okay. Graphs in TV. DNA fingerprinting is not in this portion, I think. DNA fingerprinting. Just a minute. DNA fingerprinting is also there. So from DNA fingerprinting, actually DNA fingerprinting, nothing to explain in 1 hour, 15 minutes lecture, it is not possible. So I'll request DNA fingerprinting, complete NCERT lines you start mugging up. Okay, evolution graphs, okay, I'll cover, okay. Next. I can read your messages, you can message. So maximum of the points what I understood that related to homology, analogy. Okay, biological evolution, embryological evidences. Okay, let's start. Let's start this topic. So first of all, one correction you have to do in your NCERT. According to new NCERT, let's start. Wait. So according to new NCERT, one correction is there, and that new NCERT I'll show you on screen. Just one. Old NCERT, what portion you have seen that universe age is 20 billion years ago, means Big Bang age, Big Bang occurrence time period is 20 billion years ago. But in new NCERT, updated one, it is written 13.8 if it is visible. Not visible properly. 13.8, so not clearly visible. Okay, no problem. You mention it 13.8 billion, 13.8 billion instead of 20 billion, 13.8 billion. This one, correction required here. (13.8). Second page of your evolution chapter, there 13.8 you need to update. This is done. One correction. Then we will move to homology, analogy, and after homology, analogy, we'll understand about graphs. Homology, analogy, one question, 100% it will be. So first of all, what is homology? Homology means what? Anyone? What do you mean homology? Yes. On YouTube, Hardy-Weinberg also I'll explain, don't worry. Okay, first of all, what is homology? Homology is if any character or organ you are seeing and organisms are having same origin, but different functions. Functions may be same, functions may be different. But if origin is same, we call it homology. Homology analogy, many times it get jumbled, it get confusing for students to decide. So I'll suggest according to options you decide, not according to what you have mugged up. Okay, not according to mug up. You decide the answer, divergent or the convergent evolution, according to options available. 4 options available, it will change your answer. In some of the question, what homology mention, it may be the example of analogy also possible. So possible, I'm not denying that, but how to decide this? By available options. If available options are variable, your answer also it is going to change. So, what is homology? Homology, it is first of all introduced by Richard Owen, not required. Okay, organism of similar origin. Most important is similar origin. Origin must be same and having different or same habitat. So if habitat is same, homology possible. Different habitat, then also homology possible. Okay, they show homology and homologous organs. It is also called divergent evolution. It is also responsible for adaptive radiation. It is only responsible. So 3 things we learn that homology, divergent evolution and adaptive radiation are interrelated. Adaptive radiation, divergent evolution and homology are interrelated. Clear cut. Okay, so if divergent evolution coming, yes, it is example of homology. If adaptive radiation coming, yes, it is example of homology. All divergent evolutions are homology. All adaptive radiations are homology. But can I say that all adaptive radiations, divergent evolution, everyone, adaptive radiations, all if I'll say, are not example of divergent evolution? Okay, confused. So wait for it. Yes, here little more concept development required. Wait for this. Okay, this side. Organism of similar origin show modification in organs and hence different organs in different habitats. To understand this, go to this one. Yes, divergent and adaptive radiation, more I'll explain. Wait for that. Okay, here I'm talking about the 2 organisms of same habitat. You see, whale and dolphin, same habitat, same origin. Origin must be same. If origin is different, no chance of homology. No chance of homology. If origin differed, no, you can't say that it is homology. Okay, so whale and dolphin, same origin, same habitat, same organs, homology. But you go to cow and dolphin. Yes, they have different origin, different habitat, same origin, different structures. One is having flippers for swimming. One is having leg with hooves. Hoof means what? The hard structure at the base of the horse, cow, buffalo. What it is present, that is called hoof. And this hoof is modified nail. So herbivorous animals from mammalian group, dolphin from the marine environment, marine habitat, having flippers, yes, they are also showing homology. Clear or not? Carnivore terrestrial animals, okay, also showing homology. Why I'm saying this, that they are homologous? Okay, reason is their pattern is same. Okay, you can see same pattern of development, that is humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, phalanges. It is in same pattern. That's why they call homology. If pattern origin changes, there'll be analogy. Then question comes, homology explains evolution best or analogy explains evolution in a best? Which one explains in best? Which one explains? Homology explains or analogy? Homology. Yes, correct. Homology. Maximum answer coming homology and correct answer is homology. Homology explains evolution in a better way or analogy? Answer homology. Very good. Homology is best explanation for evolution. Analogy also, analogy I'm not denying. Okay, but analogy is less explanatory for evolution. Homology is more explanatory for evolution. So here you come. Monkey and chimpanzee, they are arboreal. Arboreal means what? Animals living on trees, animal living in aerial areas, aerial parts of tree. That is called arboreal. Yes, they have arms with long digits, arms with long digits. And they are homology. They are showing homology with human. Human is terrestrial, yes, living on land. Okay, bipedal, 2 limbs we are walking, and with limbs. So all these are example of homology. If suppose question asked, bat, listen carefully, question, bat, birds, butterfly, bat, birds, butterfly, then which one is this example is homology or analogy? I'll write here for your convenience. I'm saying bat, three things I said. I said bat and bird. Chalo, human also. So this is homology or analogy? Many of you, you're saying analogy. Many of you, you're saying analogy. Okay. I'll say homology. For this I'm saying. For this I'm saying homology. Vertebrate, vertebrate, vertebrate origin. All these are from vertebrate origin. Vertebrate origin. So it will be homology. Okay. Suppose I'm comparing bat and butterfly. Bat and butterfly. Then bat and butterfly, no doubt analogy. Why analogy? Analogy means to here 2 different origin but same function. Both they are flying. Both they are flying. If I'm writing only bat and bird, yes, it is also, I can prove, yes, it is analogy. I said to here bat, bird and human as homology. I said homology. Why? Vertebrate origin. If you are considering vertebrate origin, it will be homology. And if bat and bird you are considering mammalian origin, if bat and human you are considering as mammalian origin, then it will be analogy. Bat and bird. Bird is avian origin, bat is mammalian origin. Then it will be analogy. So according to question language you have to decide. Many of the students they are asking, sir, homology, analogy questions, maximum time it is going wrong. So you don't mug up this one, try to understand that what origin they are asking in question. So according to questions demand, you answer. Okay, read the question, read the statements, read the examples from where they belong, and according to that you answer. Don't answer in blindly. Okay, so this first phase done. Now we'll move to NCERT example. So Darwin finches. Darwin finches, anytime it came, yes, it is example of homology. It is example of homology as well as divergent evolution. Divergent evolution. Homology, divergent evolution. As well as you can say adaptive radiation. It is divergent evolution also, adaptive radiation also. Adaptive, all divergent evolutions are not adaptive radiation. All divergent evolutions are not adaptive radiation, but all adaptive radiations are divergent evolution. Mark this. Mark this. So, homology, I said. Homology. Homology is divergent evolution and homology is adaptive radiation. Means all divergent evolutions are homology example, all adaptive radiation are homology examples. Okay, but all divergent evolutions are not adaptive radiation. Okay. Divergent evolution. Divergent evolution means from one origin, many structures are formed or many examples are formed. It is divergent evolution. When they are close, then they call adaptive radiation. When they are very close. Okay, if this is done, I'll erase. If this point you have noted, mainly this one, I'll erase. I'm saying adaptive radiation and divergent evolution example. Suppose this is origin, mammalia. From mammalia, so many examples are there. So many examples we studied. So if you'll go back in this one, these two are adaptive radiation. These two are example of adaptive radiation. These two are example of adaptive radiation. And many more you can add in this. Means monkey, chimpanzee, gorilla. Okay, you can add all monkey group in jungle. Okay, so it will be adaptive radiation. Habitat must be same. Adaptive radiation. Habitat must be same here. Okay, and if you are talking about whole this one, so it is divergent evolution. So what I said, all divergent evolution is not adaptive radiation, but all adaptive radiation is divergent evolution. I think clear. Everyone clear? Means if you are comparing different types of monkeys, it will be adaptive radiation. It will be adaptive radiation as well as divergent evolution. If you are comparing different types of humans evolution in different areas, it will be adaptive radiation as well as divergent evolution. But all mammals, if you are comparing, all mammals, they don't have exactly same origin. They are coming from different adaptive radiation. Definition is closely related species in different habitats are showing adaptive radiation. Closely related. Yes, these are closely related. Very closely. Whale and cow is not closely related. Whale and dolphin is closely related. Cheetah, lion, tiger, these are closely related. Cheetah and monkey is not closely related. I think clear. Monkey, chimpanzee, gorilla, orangutan, these are closely related. So they will show adaptive radiation. I think clear. Very good. Adaptive radiation done. Now analogy and homology comparison. Analogy means what? Same function, different origin. So homology, few more examples. Homology. Mouth parts of insects. Different types of mouth parts. Some insects, they use it for siphoning, sucking juice from flower. Some insects, they take blood sucking parts. Some they have the normal biting and chewing part. Some they have siphoning type. Some they have sponging type. So different types of mouth parts, different types of function. Main concern is here, all they are developed from labrum, labium, mandible, maxilla. All they are developed from labrum, labium, mandible, maxilla. Red color, green color, yellow color, blue color. So all these are modification of same structure. Means origin same, function different. This is homology again. So mouth parts of insect, remember, it is homology. Then marsupial radiation. This is adaptive radiation as well as divergent evolution. Marsupial radiation or marsupial evolution is example of adaptive radiation as well as divergent evolution. Okay, as well as divergent evolution. What we discussed, Darwin finches also example of adaptive radiation as well as divergent evolution. Darwin finches. AR&DE, adaptive radiation, divergent evolution. AR&DE, adaptive radiation, divergent evolution. Okay. So now this one to explain. This one to understand, you go to this paragraph, this page, this diagram page. Everyone, take your NCERT book in front of you. Keep it in front of you. And I'm going to dictate that line. Just above this diagram, one line starts, one paragraph is there. When more than one adaptive radiations appears to have occurred in an isolated geographical area representing different habitats, one can call it one can call it analogy or analogical evolutions here. When more than one adaptive radiation, appears to have occurred in an isolated geographical area, one can call it analogical evolution or analogy. Or here, analogy to understand, analogy evolution, okay, analogous organs to understand, analogy to understand. First you understand, this is one adaptive radiation, one homology. When more than one homology, when more than one adaptive radiation occurs, different places, please tell. Marsupials and placental. Can you ask again your question? Convergent evolution is analogy. Convergent evolution is analogy. Don't worry, don't worry. Correct line it is. Don't worry. Okay. So, can you ask one of you? You asked one question here that disappeared. Can you ask that again? Not popping out. Okay, no problem. So when more than one adaptive radiation, this is one adaptive radiation, this is complete one adaptive radiation, appears to have occurred in an isolated geographical area. Isolated geographical area, Australia. Australia is an isolated geographical area. Yes, from all around it is surrounded with water. So isolated means animals from Australia, they can't move to any other continent, land or area, or from any other area also they can't come here directly. Yes, sheep or aeroplane and all other processes are there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking mainly about that directly there is no entry or exit of animals. Okay. So 1 minute. Evolutionary history, yes, we'll discuss. Okay. So this is about statement, Bhargavi, it is written in NCERT just above this diagram. When more than one adaptive radiation appears to have occurred in an isolated geographical area, one can call it convergent evolution. Okay. So again in that line, when more than one adaptive radiation, means adaptive radiation how many? Plus one, more than one, appears to have occurred in an isolated geographical area. Isolated geographical area. So best example is Australia. 2 points covered. Okay, representing different habitats. Representing different habitats. So in Australia, you will see different habitats. Different habitats we are taking in example is marsupial mammals and placental mammals. Marsupial mammals, placental mammals, little I'll explain in detail also, don't worry. Okay, this one, marsupial mammal and placental mammal also will discuss. Without that, you can't understand this one. Then, representing different habitats, it will form convergent evolution. It will form convergent evolution how? If one line you will see many animals are coming from one group. If another line you will see many animals are coming from this group. Means it is having different habitats, representing different habitats. If not clear, come to this diagram. Here, if one line you will see, don't read the whole board. Okay, if you will see here and there, you will not understand. Okay, POCO M3. So POCO M3, it occurred, evolution occurred in same area, different time. In Australia, it occurred in same area, but different time scale. Listen here carefully. If one line, if you'll read, one single line. So it is placental mammal. Placental mammal, one animal I'm taking, mole, anteater, mouse, lemur, flying squirrel, bobcat, wolf. These all are in different habitat. Means mole, where mole is living. Mole means one type of, you can say, it is rat-like animal, not rat, but rat-like animal. Okay, mole, anteater, mole living in burrows under soil, in burrows under soil. Okay, anteater, they are anteater, they eat ants, that's why called anteater, and they are large in size. Okay, mouse, it is different. Lemur lives on tree. So all these points are representing one habitat, one habitat, one single habitat. So this one is repeating one habitat. Let's name this habitat as habitat 1. Habitat 1. This one is representing habitat 2. This one is representing habitat 3. This one is representing habitat 4. In that same habitat, another member, means from marsupials, not from placental mammals, from marsupial mammals. From marsupial mammal, another mole is living here. Marsupial mole. So marsupial mole is also living in same habitat, habitat 1. This numbat is also a type of anteater. This is also living in habitat 2, habitat 3. You see, this is also mouse, this is also mouse, but two different origin mouse. So two different origin mouse living in same habitat means two different habitat mouse living in same habitat is analogy, is not homology, is analogy. So if you'll consider this whole, then it will be homology. Then it will be homology. Whole line, single line, homology. Single line, homology. Single line, one line, homology. But two boxes, this is two box together, means in one line, two box, it will be analogy. It will be analogy. Okay, so if you are considering this one, okay, one box with two animals, it will be convergent evolution or analogy. Convergent evolution or analogy. Two different origin. One is placental, one is marsupial. One is placental, one is marsupial. Two different origin, but they are having same characters, living in same area. So it is called here convergent evolution or analogy. Convergent evolution or analogy. Clear or not? Then come to this one. This one. Mouse, marsupial mouse. Mouse and marsupial mouse. Mouse, marsupial mouse. Two different origin. One is placental, one is marsupial. So this is what? One analogy or one convergent evolution. Remember, convergent evolution is analogy. Don't get confused. So this is one analogy. 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 Clear, I think. If single line, if you will check. So this is divergent evolution or homology. Single line. Homology. Clear? And if both lines you will consider together, both lines together, then it will be both lines I'm saying together, both lines together, then it will be parallel evolution. Then it will be parallel evolution. Okay, anyone doubt in this? So both lines parallel evolution. Okay, one line divergent evolution or homology. Okay, one box with two animals like this, it will be convergent evolution or analogy. Analogy. Clear? And both lines together, it will be parallel evolution. Both lines together, parallel evolution. Parallel evolution how? Parallel evolution means when two closely related species groups, they show analogy evolutions, analogical evolution, convergent evolutions. It is called parallel evolution. You can write it also. Okay, when two closely related species, there's two closely related species, and they are showing analogical evolutions, convergent evolution. When two closely related species, they show convergent evolutions, one can call it parallel evolution. When two closely related species, they show convergent evolutions, not evolution, convergent evolutions, it is called parallel evolution. Okay, so I think this is done. Little I'll explain more about eutheria, metatheria, and prototheria for understanding of marsupials and this. Actually, many of you are confused in that. Actually, mammals are of three types. Mammals are classified into three types. Number one, prototheria. Metatheria and eutheria. So what mammals you can see in India, all are eutheria. All are eutheria. Prototheria are rare. Prototheria are egg-laying mammals. Egg-laying mammals. Metatherians are marsupials. Metatherians are only marsupials. Means they have complete external development. You see, in egg they are developing. In egg, babies are developing in egg. Here babies are developing half internal, half external. Here complete external development. Babies are not developing in mother's womb. Babies are developing half in mother's womb, and then babies are taken out. Means the babies, they get birth in half development, and then they keep babies in their brood pouch, in their marsupium, in their kangaroo pouch. The kangaroo pouch, what you call kangaroo pouch, is called marsupium. That's why animals are called marsupials. So half internal development, half external development. Now you come to eutheria, complete internal development. You see evolution. Evolution from the external to hybrid condition, internal, external, and completely internal. Completely internal requires what? Placenta, connection from mother to baby, connection from the uterine wall to umbilical cord, and that connection is only called placenta. So theria means placenta. Theria means placenta. And eutheria means true placental mammals. True placental mammals. So what happened in Australia? Prototherians, they evolved. Okay, their story different. Metatherians, they evolved. So many metatherians came. So many metatherians means wombat, kangaroo, then marsupial mole, marsupial rat, marsupial mouse, etc., etc. List you can check. All these marsupials, where they are coming. Suppose one marsupial mole came. So from this origin, one marsupial mole came. Marsupial mole. From this origin, one placental mole came. And both they are living today in same habitat. They are living in same habitat. Two different origin. Exactly, both these are the mammal. Both these are mammal. Okay, but different types of mammal. Metatherian mammal and eutherian mammal. You are calling it in NCERT marsupial mammal, and this one as placental mammal. Placental mammal is eutheria. So present time, eutherian mammal, one mole and one marsupial mole, both living in that land area, both living in the burrow. But one is keeping baby in pouch, one is giving birth to baby. One is keeping in pouch, one is giving directly birth, complete development and birth. So both they will look like, but they are not same. Okay, so what it is? It is analogy. It is convergent evolution. Two different origin living together. Analogy. Clear or not? This is clear, everyone? In Australia, you will see these two groups in Australia, not in India. In India also, marsupials, they evolved, but extincted early. Extincted in early condition only, not surviving today. Okay? Clear or not? Thank you. It is clear to everyone. Can we call human evolution as adaptive radiation? Yes, you can call. Exactly, human evolution is not perfect adaptive radiation. It is sequential evolution. Okay. So that also it is in your syllabus. Later on we can discuss. Human evolution is not a true example of adaptive radiation because all forms of humans are not living today. Means for example, Homo sapiens, Homo neanderthals, Homo erectus, Homo habilis, all not living today. So if all living together in different habitats, you can call it adaptive radiation. Okay. So this is, I think, done. Little clear to you. Okay, now we can move to this example. So vertebrate brain, if it is asked vertebrate brain, so it is also example of homology. Vertebrate's brain. Vertebrate brain with invertebrate brain, then analogy. All vertebrate brain, homology. Then you people can come to embryological evidences. Embryological evidences. In embryological evidences, one line is there by von Baer, Carl Ernst von Baer. Okay, that simple characters appears first, advanced characters appears later. So here is simple characters. Okay, if you'll see embryo of fish, embryo of salamander, embryo of tortoise, chick, pig, calf, rabbit, human. So during their early development, all they are looking same. They are not looking different. Then as time exceeds, as time goes, okay, in embryology, you see, they are not looking same. Last one, you see, they are not looking same. So it only explains that this one, it only explains that, here everyone, ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. What do you mean by ontogeny? Ontogeny means embryology. Ontogeny means embryology. This is embryology. This is embryology. Recapitulates phylogeny. What is phylogeny? Phylogeny means evolution. This is evolution. So in evolution, we evolved from the, yes, fishes to the amphibia, amphibia to reptilia, reptilia to the mammalia. This is evolution, evolutionary sequence. This is embryological sequence. But you see, in embryology, all in beginning looking same or not, means we are evolved. It says that we are evolved. Yes, it explains that yes, evolutionary theories are correct. Ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. Recapitulates means what? Repeats. Ontogeny repeats phylogeny. To understand this, we need to understand this. The scientist points. The first scientist, von Baer. Von Baer, complete name written in your NCERT, Carl Ernst von Baer. Carl Ernst von Baer. Okay. So shortcut I'm writing Carl Ernst von Baer. Okay. Carl Ernst von Baer is father of embryology. He only said that simple characters appears first, advanced characters appears later. Evolution starts from single cell. Okay. Single cell to today, the most complex organism, human. Most complex organism. Single cell evolution started. Embryology starts from single cell. Your embryology, our embryology starts from single cell, zygote only, na? So simple characters appears first, advanced characters appears later. When we all are born, okay, in hospital, we all look same, almost same. Okay, or if you'll see zygote of one human, zygote of one monkey, zygote of one deer, zygote of one chimpanzee, zygote of one elephant, all it will look same under microscope. You can't identify that this is elephant zygote, this is deer zygote, this is human zygote, this is chimpanzee zygote. Means in beginning we all are same. Our characters, our genes, they express later on, slowly. You check your photograph, your siblings photograph, your brother, sister's photograph. What time photograph? When you people are born, just born, okay, newly born babies and photos are captured, you please check those photos. What you will observe that you are looking same, you are not having any big difference, okay? Even you are the male, female, even you are brother, sister, then also your face looking same. Reason, now when you are grown up, yes, your faces are looking different. Reason is simple characters appeared first and now advanced characters are appearing later on, now appearing. That's why you are looking different. So simple characters appears first, advanced characters appears later, said by von Baer, greatest scientist. Then came Muller. Muller said recapitulation theory. That same, ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. Ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. Ontogeny meaning only you need to remember. Ontogeny means embryology and phylogeny means evolution. Phylogeny means evolution. embryology and evolution. Embryology repeats, recapitulates means repeats, evolution. Okay. Then came third scientist. Third scientist is Ernst Haeckel. Ernst Haeckel, 1866. This year you need to remember. Okay, here. Ernst Haeckel, 1866, he just modified the laws given by Muller, just previous scientist, Muller. Muller said recapitulation theory. Muller's recapitulation theory, he modified and called it biogenetic law. Yes, great scientist. Everything he said correct, but one thing he said wrong. And from here, NCERT line, you'll understand. From here, okay, NCERT, go to embryological evidences. Last two lines neglect, and just above the line, you please check in your NCERT book, where embryological evidences are mentioned. Just last two lines of that you leave it. Embryological evidences, last lines you read. If you can't find, I'll read. Wait. Then come to Ernst Haeckel line. Observation of certain features, based on observation of certain features, not all features, certain features by Ernst Haeckel in embryo. What he said that we develop, means embryos develop, embryos of all vertebrate, including human, develops a row of vestigial gills, slits just behind their head. Yes, here we develop. Yes, we develop during our embryonic condition. Photographs I'll show you. Functional organ only in fish. Yes, gills are functional organ only in fish. But why in our embryo it is present? It represents, yes, we are evolved. And Ernst Haeckel, by mistake, he understood that during our embryonic development, we are fish. In our mother's womb, we are fish. Then we evolved to amphibia. Then we evolved to reptilia. Then we evolved to mammalia, or in this sequence. Okay, means fish, then amphibia, then reptilia, or then mammalia, like this. Means in your mother's womb, you are fish, then you become frog, then you become crocodile, and then you become human. Is this correct? But Ernst Haeckel said this. Okay, 1866. Important. You'll come to know what I'm explaining. Give me time. Okay. Yes, not understood. Wait. Okay, so this line is completely wrong. Ernst Haeckel explained embryology very nicely, but this line gone wrong. What wrong? It means an organism shows its ancestral adult stages during its embryonic development. No, we never show ancestral adult stages during embryonic development. We show only few characters of ancestors during embryonic stage, only few characters. If, in other words, embryos of advanced species, we are advanced species, embryos of advanced species pass through stages represented by adult organism. No, not adult organism. Okay, only few characters, not whole organism. We are not fish in our mother's womb. We are having gills only. Okay, more primitive means primitive species. Okay, it shows that all organisms have common ancestry. Yes, this line is correct. And interestingly, 1866 year, again and again I'm saying 1866, come to 1828, back, Von Baer time period. Von Baer in 1828 had disproven biogenetic law before Haeckel invented it. And now this line is written. He observed that embryos never pass through the adult stages of other animals. Interestingly, Von Baer complete name written in NCERT, Carl Ernst von Baer. Okay, this is Carl Ernst von Baer, and this scientist is here. This scientist is Ernst Haeckel. In both name, Ernst word coming. In both word, the Ernst was coming. Okay, so Ernst Haeckel said that we pass through our ancestral adult stages. Von Baer said no, and before only 1828 only said this line. But at that time, no internet, no mobile phones, no data, no emails. Okay, so all books are not available to all scientists. So maybe my observation or my conclusion is that Ernst Haeckel never read Von Baer's these observations, these lines. That's why he did mistake. That's why he did said this wrong line, that we pass through adult stages. No, we never pass through our ancestral adult stages. We carry only few characters. He observed that. So now NCERT line, you go to NCERT paragraph, embryology. In embryology, page number more specifically, if I'll say 113. 113, last lines you please neglect. Then go to Carl Ernst von Baer. He noted the embryos never pass through the adult stage of other animals. This line you can't understand from previous NCERT lines, nothing mentioned in NCERT. So how this line came? Our old NCERT maybe page number different, new NCERT page number 113. Okay, so this is from what conclusion? This line is from these ways. Three scientists came in the line. Number one, von Baer. Number two, Muller. Muller gave this recapitulation theory, what we are discussing. And based on this, based on this, Ernst Haeckel gave this theory, everything correct. Okay, everything he explained perfectly, but one thing gone wrong, this one. And to explain this, please come to this here. During embryonic development, you can see here chick, you can see here human, you can see here house cat or cat. You can check here the gills highlighted, pharyngeal pouches, gills, tail marked. So yes, we all have tail. Tail in house cat also, human also, chick also. But in adult human, tail absent. In adult human, gills absent. That represents that we are evolved from them. But we don't have that gene or that character for whole life. It is metamorphized. It is destroyed or eliminated from body. Metamorphized. Okay, everyone, clear? Done this one? Any doubt in this? Please check. Done? Very good. Now we'll go for these diagrams. This one is cladogram or phylogenetic tree. It is called phylogenetic tree, evolutionary tree. Evolutionary tree, to understand this one to understand, okay, you need to understand these words here. Just 1 minute. Okay. When you read NCERT, you'll get these words also. Era and epochs. Era and epochs. So eras are divided. Eras are Cenozoic era, okay, Mesozoic era, Paleozoic era, Proterozoic era, and Archaeozoic era. Okay. Okay, I'll try the biological evolution if possible. Please concentrate here. Okay, Azoic. Azoic is the time period when there is no life. Okay, then came Archaeozoic, then came Proterozoic, then came Paleozoic, then came Mesozoic, then came Cenozoic. Present time, what era going on is Cenozoic. In era, like in hours, there is minutes. In minutes, there is seconds. So same, in era comes periods. In period comes epochs. So epochs, eras and epochs word mentioned in NCERT in one paragraph, but no one of you, many of you, you are not seeing that, you are not asking questions from that. Era and epochs. Era and epochs are time scale. Okay, present time Holocene epoch is going on. Okay, age of man. So this time scale you need to little understand. In this time scale, here is Jurassic time period, here is Carboniferous time period, Permian time period it is. So in Carboniferous time period, okay, reptiles they evolved, and here I'm writing Simoria. Can you read here? Simoria. This Simoria is the first reptile. This Simoria is the first reptile. And here I'll come. This is the first reptile here in your time period. Carboniferous time period in my time scale, I said Simoria. So this is the first reptile, Simoria. Simoria only evolved into, you take your pen pencil, okay, this is Simoria, okay. If you want to write, you can write Simoria. Simoria evolved into sauropsids and synapsids. Simoria evolved into two groups, synapsids and sauropsids. Okay, what type of question it will be asked? That also I'll say, see one by one. Simoria evolved into sauropsids, synapsids, done. Sauropsids, they evolved into one group, thecodons, and one group living today also, present time also it is surviving, turtles, turtle and tortoise. Then one group directly, straight, here only it is evolved, yellow line. Okay, that is lizards, lizards surviving today also. Then thecodons. Thecodons I'll explain in detail. Wait for this thecodon. Then jump to synapsids. Synapsids, they evolved to Plecosaurus and Therapsids. Plecosaurus, Therapsids. Take your pen pencil and write here. Right here. It is mammal-like reptile. Mammals like reptile. It is exactly reptile having few mammalian characters. That's why called mammal-like reptile. What it is coming at last is the main character. It is reptile, but it is developing few of the mammalian characters. Mammal-like reptile. Here you write therapsids. This one is reptile-like mammal. Reptile-like mammals. Reptile-like mammal means it is mammal. It is evolved into more and more mammalian characters. Reptilian characters decline, but still present. So, question and answer. Mammals evolved from reptiles or birds? Mammals are evolved from reptiles or birds? Answer, correct answer. Mammals are evolved from reptiles, not from birds. Not from birds, not from birds, only from reptiles. If you said aves and birds, wrong, zero answer, 0 marks. Mammals are evolved from reptiles. So Pisces evolved to amphibia. Amphibia evolved to reptilia. Reptilia evolved to aves. Reptilia only evolved to mammals. Remember this. Remember this. Pisces, amphibia, reptiles, aves and mammals. This is the evolution. Okay, now? So this one we are discussing. This one we are discussing. This is a reptile Simoria. Simoria is a reptile and we evolved from Simorian line now. Okay, which line in between? Synapsid. So in exam they'll ask mammals are evolved from synapsid or sauropsid. So answer synapsid. Answer synapsids. We are synapsids. Synapsids or sauropsids? Synapsids. Done. So I think you have noted the Plecosaurus done, Therapsids done. Therapsids then they evolved to first mammals, Prototheria. Then Prototheria evolved to Metatheria. Metatheria evolved to present day Eutheria mammals, present day advanced mammals. Clear? And this line only, dinosaur evolved. Thecodons, please you check only thecodons, please. Thecodons, one line, straight line moving up. Crocodiles. So Thecodon only evolved to present day crocodiles. Thecodon only evolved to present day dinosaurs. Thecodon, not present day dinosaurs, sorry. Extincted dinosaurs, not present day, extincted. Thecodon only evolved to present day birds. Okay. So here in this time period, Jurassic, you can say, Jurassic time period, Jurassic time scale. This is Jurassic time period. Dinosaurs are more flourished. And dinosaurs extincted before Tertiary. Tertiary and Cretaceous. In between, dinosaurs extincted. And this also you need to remember. Go to next page. This diagram and this diagram's next page, backside. Okay, it is written that when dinosaurs are extincted. Page number, I'll say the new NCERT page number. Just backside of this diagram only, same diagram. Exact line I am citing here, wait. Go to that same line, Tyrannosaurus, it is written there. Some of these land reptiles went back into water to evolve into fish-like reptiles probably 200 million years ago, and they are called ichthyosaurus. So important line everyone. Some of these they went to water, they entered into sea, and they developed into water dinosaurs called ichthyosaurus. Please underline. How many years? Probably 200 million years ago. So probably 200 million years ago means here, from here, you are here, present time you are here, 200 million years ago, this time period. So some they went to water and they formed ichthyosaurus. Ichthyos, dinosaurus, ichthyosaurus. Ichthyosaurus, please underline in your NCERT, ichthyo means fish. So in living in water, that's why I call fish. They're not fish. Ichthyo word used just from fish, to relate it from fish, aquatic animal. So called aquatic dinosaurs, ichthyosaurus. Surviving today? No, ichthyosaurus also extincted. Ichthyosaurus also extincted. Then next, land reptiles were of course dinosaurs. The biggest of them, Tyrannosaurus. Biggest of them is Tyrannosaurus. Tyrannosaurus also I'll explain. Wait for that. Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyrannosaurus rex was 20 feet. Please mug up these lines. Dagger-like teeth. About 65 million years ago, okay, dinosaurs suddenly disappeared from Earth. Suddenly disappeared from here. This is 50. This is this time scale. You're moving 50. This is 100. So 65 it will come in between here. This one it will come 65. So here dinosaurs, ichthyosaurus, all dinosaur related brothers and sisters extincted, gone, tata, bye bye. Okay, so dinosaurs extincted. This line very important bhai for question. Okay, now to understand the dinosaur paragraph, dinosaur diagram paragraph, what I said again in this, here this is Thecodon. Please everyone, Thecodon. Question is like this. Someone is asking here, what type of questions it will be asked? Question it will be asked that mammals are evolved from. So you trace the evolution. Mammals are evolved from synapsids. Okay, crocodile is evolved from. If it is in option Thecodon, so yes, answer Thecodon. If in your option sauropsids, so answer sauropsids. So you have to trace this line. Trace this line. Chalo. And in exam, this diagram it will not be with you. Okay, plant also I'll explain. Wait. Don't panic. Please come here. So this is Thecodon. Thecodon you need to remember here. Thecodon only evolved to crocodile. Thecodon only evolved to dinosaurs. Thecodon only evolved to birds. Now you jump to this diagram. This one, please. This one. Okay, so base of this you can write here Thecodon. This diagram at base here. Here curvature is there. You can write Thecodon. So all it is coming from Thecodon. All these are coming from Thecodon. All it is coming from Thecodon area. Thecodon, different types of, all these tips are 1111 tip. Here is 1111 type of dinosaur. So this one is Stegosaurus. Detail I'll not go to limited time. Okay, not audible. Check your connection. Here it is everything okay. Here everything okay. Hello, audible? Everyone audible? It's audible. So Stegosaurus, Brachiosaurus, longest dinosaur this one is. Then Triceratops, why? Okay, 2 horns and as well as on nose 1 horn. That's why called Triceratops. Three horn total. 2 on head, 1 on nose. That's why called Triceratops. And Tyrannosaurus, leave it. Tyrannosaurus total height 20 feet. Very much heighted, largest dinosaur, leave it. From Thecodon only, one member evolved and extincted, Pteranodon. Pteranodon diagram, it is slightly tilted towards this, but exactly Pteranodon diagram, it must be here. So Pteranodon is flying reptile, right there, if you can. Not Pteranodon. P is silent, Pteranodon. flying reptile, extincted. Okay, then Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx only evolved to modern birds. This Archaeopteryx. So this Archaeopteryx is primitive bird, and this primitive bird evolved from reptiles. Archaeopteryx. Archeo means old. Petrix means the bird, old bird. Petrix, Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx is old bird. Okay, evolved to form modern birds, present day birds. Then this line, crocodilians, giant crocodiles, and these giant crocodiles are present today as normal crocodiles. During dinosaur time period, giant crocodiles are present. So crocodilian, present day crocodilian, modern crocodiles. Okay, Archaeopteryx, modern day birds. So this is clear. How to read this clear, everyone? Okay, what type of questions will come to for that? Okay, solve many questions, thousands of questions. You'll come to know this, that how questions are framed, not by this. Yes, Archaeopteryx is connecting link between reptiles and aves. Yes, no doubt in that. Now go to plants one. In plants one, few points you have to remember. Few points. Okay, angiosperm. In angiosperm, monocotyledons are advanced or dicotyledons. Okay, from evolutionary tree you can understand monocotyledons are advanced. Okay, monocots evolved in Cenozoic era and dicots evolved. Remember, dicots evolved in the Cretaceous to or Mesozoic to Cenozoic junction. Means when Mesozoic to Cenozoic transition going on, at that time they are evolved. I'm talking about monocotyledons. Which one is advanced? Monocot. Monocot is more evolved or dicot is more evolved? Monocot is more evolved. Okay, monocot is more evolved. Please come to this. Seeded ferns or go to Coelophyton. Coelophyton based questions are coming many times. Coelophyton evolved to how many plant groups? So very simple question, but you can't solve this if you have not practiced. Very simple question, lollipop question. Here you come. Coelophyton group evolved to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. Total 6. Or if you are counting top ends, then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 means monocot and dicot. Monocot, dicot separate if you are counting, then 7. And if you are counting together as angiosperm, then 6. So need to remember, Coelophyton evolved to how many groups or how many genera today? So total 6. This type of question. Then question it will come from this one. Josterophyllum, this one, Josterophyllum evolved to present day herbaceous lycopods, evolved to extincted arborescent lycopods. Arborescent lycopods are extincted. When this balloon is, you can see this balloon is more wide, means population more. When this balloon is more narrow, means population low. When this balloon is gone, balloon is erupted here, then means extincted, means plants or animals are extincted. Here you see this balloon line or this graph line is very thin, means their population is very low at that time. So if it is asked that bryophytes are evolved in what time period? So Carboniferous time period. Bryophytes are evolved in Carboniferous time period. Okay, so this is the graph. With graph you can understand all. For example, during Jurassic time period, and it came also during Jurassic time period, dinosaurs are more and more in whole on whole earth. Okay, in jungles the dominant animals are dinosaurs. In water, Ichthyopteryx. Ichthyosaurus in water, dinosaurs on land, and plant, which one is dominant at that time? Ferns and conifers. Ferns and conifers are dominant at the time. It came in your questions also. It came in your exam also. It came in NEET exams also. So be ready for that. Okay. Like these questions are coming. So don't get a panic with this. Okay. Questions will come of simple type, not complex type. Okay. Not very complex, very simple type of questions will come from this. Direct questions will come, not a controversial question. Okay, then it comes to Hardy-Weinberg principle. Hardy-Weinberg principle, you need to remember. Before going to Hardy-Weinberg, let me explain this one. This type of graphs are there in NCERT, and many of you are losing marks in that. Okay, so if this type of selection graphs are there, so first of all, what you need to do in any graph, okay, this peak, this is the maximum population, this is the lower population, this is the lower population, extreme population. Means this area is having maximum population. Wait, if I'm saying that in one classroom, average height people, average height. So if I'll say it 4 feet height people, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, they'll be there. 4 feet height. 4 feet height means this much. 4 feet heighted people, they'll be less. Then if I'll say 5 to 5.5, 5.6 feet heighted. So 4.5, here it will be 4.5. So 4.5 few people. Maximum people, they will be in this category. Maximum people. Few people, they'll be very much heighted. 6 to 7 feet. Yes or no? Few people, they are very much heighted. Few people, they are very short heighted. Few people. And maximum people, they come in average height. Average height. Maximum people. Agree? So this is extreme population. This is extreme population. This is average population. Clear, everyone? Graph clear? How to read comes after this. How to read this graph? It comes after this. First, try to understand what this graph represents. This is done. Extreme population, average population. Please. Now come to this. If I'll say in this diagram, directional selection. To understand directional selection, if black moth I'm saying, and I'm saying gray moth. Moth, you know, industrial melanization example. Okay, black moths are there, gray moths are there, or white moths are there. So black moth and white moth variety. Okay, black moth and white moth variety. Due to pollution, bark, the tree bark area is more and more dark. So white moth population is declining because white moths are easily visible. They're easily visible, so they're easily predated, easily eaten by the predators. Clear? So black moth population is increasing. So it is what? Directional or not? Sometimes when population is low, means when population is low, then white moth population is more surviving. White moth population is more surviving. So you see, graph is shifting towards one direction. So directional selection. Any example related to pesticide in your question, any related to antibiotic, any related to industrial melanization, all they are directional. If question coming to pesticide related, if question coming to antibiotic, if question coming to industrial melanization, answer you have to give. Okay, directional. Then go to stabilizing selection. Here directional means one it is supported and the another one is eliminated. Stabilizing one, I'll take the graph. In graph, suppose baby's birth. At the time of birth, if babies are born with different types of body weight, some babies are born with low body weight, some babies are born with very high body weight. I'm not saying normal, I'm saying very high body weight. Okay, normal body weight is in between 2.5 kg to suppose 3.5 kg. In between 2.5 to 3.5 is okay, healthy baby. Suppose any baby born with 1.8 kg. Okay, any baby born with 5 kg. Okay, 4 kg. So it is abnormal. Their survival chances are low. I'm not saying they'll be dead 100%. So their survival chances are low, means graph, it will shift like this or not. This one eliminated, this one eliminated. So this type of selection is called, remember, baby's birth. Example you have to remember. Baby's birth weight, stabilizing selection. Okay, this one eliminated, this one eliminated. And one more example I'll say in this. Okay, sickle cell anemia with malaria. Not sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia comes under this. And if only malaria you are saying comes under this directional. I'm saying sickle cell anemia. And in that same area, malaria it is spreaded. In same area, if malaria is spreaded, then it will be stabilizing selection. Sorry. Stabilizing selection. Okay. Then you go to stabilizing selection. Then comes it is the stabilizing done. Disruptive selection. Disruptive means this is your graph. And it results into two peaks. Means middle one it is eliminated. Middle one eliminated. So how it is possible? Characters I'll write here. Suppose black moth, suppose white moth and gray moth. Okay. Black moth, suppose they're sitting on black bark. Suppose white moth, they are sitting on white bark. So camouflaged, not visible. Gray moth sitting on black or sitting on white. In both cases, it is visible. And visible means what? Eaten. You can say the barnacles also. Barnacles are members of arthropoda. If they are sitting on black rock or they are sitting on white rock, white one sitting on white rock survives. Black one sitting on black rock survives. Survives means not visible to predator and not eaten by. Gray moth or gray barnacle sitting on black visible, sitting on white visible and eaten by. So it forms disruptive type of what you call natural selection. This is done. Now the last one is Hardy-Weinberg principle. Hardy-Weinberg principle is what? Many of you are confused in this. First of all, capital T, small t. In genetics, you have studied this one. Okay. Dominant allele, recessive allele. Dominant genes, recessive allele. Numericals not possible. Numericals PDF I'll share with you. Numericals are very easy. Numericals are easier than your class 10th maths. Okay, numericals are not tough. How to deal with numericals, that I'm explaining. In these classes, not possible to explain the numericals in Qs. Few examples I can, numerical examples, few I'll explain here. Please, if possible. First, try to understand this one. This one, can I write P? Instead of capital T, I'll write P. So TT, I'll write P square. Okay, what you have studied, that A square plus B square equals to A square plus, A square plus 2AB plus B square equals to 1. This one you have studied in your mathematics. This one, can I write the Q for small t? 2t means Q square. If it is capital T, small t, so I'll write for that PQ and 2 here from this. So this one you need to remember, it will be 1. Allelic frequency of dominant, allelic frequency of recessive, in a population, it will be stable, it will be constant. One more formula you need to remember. Capital T plus small t, it will be 1. This also you need to remember. These two formulas you need to remember. Okay, this is Hardy-Weinberg principle. Hardy-Weinberg principle, what it says, that in a population, allelic frequency, it will be constant. If that population is not evolving, listen carefully. If this population is not evolving, so if any formula you got, if any question you got, that population is evolving, then it will not be 1, it will be variable. It will be either less than 1 or it will be more than 1. Means it will be like less than 1 means 0.98, it will be 0.97, 0.82, 72, 82, like this. More the variation, more the chance of evolution. It is more than 1, so 1.12, 1.32, like this. Means variable, high or low. Now point is, what are the factors affecting? Numericals I'll explain. I'll give you the first come to this. Moth example is directional. Moth example is directional. There is no gray moth. Okay. In example, I said in last example, disruptive, that if it sits, if word I used, barnacles you can use. Please. So in this example, you come here. In this example, okay, where we are. What are the factors going to affect this one to vary? What it will come, and this one it will be this. So factors are, number 1, genetic drift, gene flow, gene migration, then recombination, genetic recombination, mutation, isolation, not mentioned in NCERT, okay, and then mutation, then genetic, natural selection. Natural. These are these processes, these are the things it is going to affect Hardy-Weinberg principle. If this population is randomly mating, then it will be 1. If it is selectively mating means if there is marriage between members, okay, chosen marriage, not random marriage, chosen marriage, selective marriage. So this population must be in random mating, must be random mating, not selective mating, must be in random mating. Okay, I'll try to share that questions, numericals based on this. Okay, you can solve that. You can take, if you're attending this lecture, attending this class from your mobile phone, your laptop, you can take the screenshot. If you are attending this lecture from your classroom, as a group classroom, so I'll suggest you collect PDF from system. Here few examples are there. You can take the screenshot. Solve examples are there. You can take the screenshot. Take this one screenshot. Wait. Screenshot done. Third question screenshot. This question screenshot. Done. This is its explanation. So take the screenshot. Next screenshot. Okay. Baby weight example comes in stabilizing selection. Baby weight example questions coming to, it comes in stabilizing selection. Okay, I think the time done. Time up. So bye-bye. Hope you understood what we discussed. Okay, more I want to teach, but limited time, limited bracket. So thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.